Hi all, let me introduce myself. I am Nazeeb Sameer, working as a faculty and academic coordinator in Gallant IAS Academy. So, if you are a UPSC aspirant, this video is for you because it's going to solve or remove most of the worries that are clouded in your brain now after UPSC Prelims 2023. It's going to give you the insights for planning your upcoming days and whether you have to start mains preparation or you have to sit demotivated, like it's going to talk about everything. So whether you are a beginner, a repeater or a veteran, a working aspirant, a student or a full-time aspirant, this video is going to change your life. From now as a UPSC aspirant, your life will be before this video and after this video. Let's move step by step. First of all, let's take the million-dollar question. Will I qualify Prelims 2023? As an experienced person in the UPSC platform for the past many years, as an aspirant, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a guide, you can take my comments into confidence because I will not be a person who will be making loose comments because I know the seriousness and the impact that is going to have in your life. So, let me tell you one thing. The papers were extremely difficult, both GS and CSAT. After the CSAT examination, many people, even the CAT toppers or IITians, could not solve many of the maths-based questions. So, don't lose heart. Don't think that you are not capable enough to crack CSAT because it's not your fault. The question paper was designed in such a manner. Only UPSC knows why they have designed this question paper in this manner. And in this year, there will be huge elimination in CSAT. Many people who even if score good in GS are not going to clear CSAT, that's a fact. Because of that, the cutoff will be extremely lower. Let me tell you, it's going to be extremely lower because this was a kind of toughest examination in UPSC's history where they drastically changed the pattern and made the exam more difficult. Even the case of GS was not like uniform as in the previous years because there were many number of questions which demanded a spot decision making. This was not the case in the previous years. So even in GS, people were not able to attempt like in the range of 90, 85 plus kind of thing which they used to do in the previous years, even veteran aspirants. So even because of that, the cutoff is going to be low. So what I am telling is, if you are getting more than 66 marks in GS and even if you are in the border for CSAT, start preparing for mains because you know the upcoming 20 days is gonna be critical. If you trust the keys that are available in the market and if you are getting around 70-75 score or anywhere from above 66 if you are getting, and if you are not going to prepare for mains, when the results comes, there is a high probability that you would have cleared, but at that time it will be difficult for you to prepare for mains because you will start regretting about the lost 20 days and its value. So don't take a risk. What will happen even if you does not clear? See, you know, this year's topper, Ishida, even she had failed prelims multiple times back to back. What if she had lost her head at the failure? What would have happened? She is now a national level sensation and we are celebrating her success. So it's not about whether you are clearing this time or whether you are clearing in the next time. It's all about persistence in this platform. You know, she had told that when she failed prelims, it became easier for her to clear this time. Because she failed last 2 attempts, it became easier for her to get this much huge success. You know, after the prelims, she and every aspirant who is like clearing in the upcoming attempts, they don't waste the time after the prelims. They immediately jump start to the mains preparation and the next 4 months they will be giving completely dedicated preparation for the mains because they know that by the time of October, if they are having complete confidence in the GS papers, essay and optional, they can give more time for next year's prelims preparation and that will make that kind of preparation very relaxed and smooth and systematic. So don't wait. Now we'll move to the upcoming slides. Before that, let me tell you one more thing. It's all about the kind of attitude that you are holding at this moment. Whether you are writing mains this time or whether you are writing next year, anyway the preparation of mains is inevitable. Even if you are writing mains in 2024, that means if in the worst case scenario, if you are not clearing prelims this time, take this as an advantage, because if you are writing mains this year, you would have kind of entering the list, like suppose such a situation, but not with a huge rank. But you just imagine you are getting completely around 1 year for preparing for mains and prelims from now, and in the upcoming 4 months you can completely dedicate for the mains preparation. So next year you will be having an edge, you will be getting sufficient times for prelims preparation if you are using the upcoming 4 months, and after prelims or when you are near to the prelims, you are completely confident that after the prelims examination you will be jumping into mains test series without the need of any additional preparation, because by that time you would have your own handwritten notes and your own resources and completely prepared state by writing daily answer writing systematically, everything. So it's about what kind of attitude that you take at this moment. Let's move on. Shall I jump into any available mains test series? Okay, so now the question is settled that you are going to jump start with the mains preparation. So what all things you should consider when you join a test series? Like many aspirants, over the years we have regularly observed that people will be just jumping into the mains test series and they will start writing the test in initial 1 or 2 tests with more interest, but when they are in the exam hall, when they start attempting the first question, they will feel that I don't know how to begin, I don't have the content, I don't know about the kind of answer that I have to make, many concerns. So they are feeling it least interested to attempt the upcoming mains test. So they start skipping the test in the name of preparation. So, but at that time the issue is that they will see that many other people are regularly attempting the test, but I am not taking though. So they started feeling demotivated. So how to overcome this kind of a scenario? First of all, you should know these 3-4 things. Do you clearly know how and what to prepare for each syllabus topic? In short, do you have the content? Okay, if you are having the content, means nobody can resist you, you can just start writing. Second question, are you having sufficient handwritten short notes or flowcharts or flowchart kind of diagram to do easy multiple revision? You know, revision is the key. Studying, you can study for less and you can practice and revise more. If you can do that, your name will feature in the final list. Okay. So for that you should have handwritten notes, not bulky books and all, because you have already covered the basic resources with standard books, and if you are taking coaching in some institute, they would have provided some kind of standard materials, and you would have already covered that once or twice or thrice. Okay, so now it's not time to open these kind of standard books every time when you want to revise one topic. It's all about your own handwritten notes. Okay, are you having that? Okay, we'll come to this point again. Then, have you sufficiently practiced daily answer writing? You know what's the difference between people who take the mains test series and start writing without having any answer writing practice, and what is the difference between a person who had been practicing answer writing for some period and then start writing mains test series? You will experience this in the upcoming days, okay, because when you are sitting at a table and in the opposite side another person who is sitting, he will be writing continuously and you will be having this kind of writer's block. This is because of lack of answer writing practice and everything, okay, about the content, about the handwritten notes and the answer writing practice. If the opposite person is able to write like that, he would have these things. Maybe he will be a beginner or a veteran, whatever, but if he is having that kind of points addressed, he will be writing continuously. Now throughout this session, I'll be going to I'll be sharing all those things to address all of these concerns, okay, to make you in the equal footing as that of the person that we just imagined to be sitting in front of you. How to do that? Join a test series which includes all these features. The test series which will be providing or which will be teaching you to prepare handwritten notes, the test series who will be enabling you to write daily answers without any writer's block, and the test series which will be preparing you to prepare solid notes and content on each of the syllabus topic, because UPSC Mains is normally predictable, like majority question, at least 50% of the question directly comes from the syllabus. If you have these handwritten notes, that will be easy for you. Okay, we'll come in the upcoming slides discussing more on this. So one thing is settled, if you are joining for a test series, that test series should include all these features. Here comes the Chakde Mains 3.0 of Gallant IAS Academy. As it is already written here, you can come as a beginner. We are not expecting you to have any prior practice of daily answer writing, or we won't expect you to have all the content, or we won't expect you as a maestro in mains answer writing. You can come as a beginner. If you are a veteran also, we will be having that kind of a coaching which suits your knowledge and understanding level. Then this is not just a test series but everything about mains. As I told, the previous three concerns about the content, about the practice, about the note making, it's all about this. It's not about just a test series. Okay, it trains you completely to be a confident aspirant in the mains hall. Okay, so in the upcoming slides we'll see more about its features. For now, this is the program, Chakde Mains. Okay, it will be, we'll discuss in detail about how the handwritten notes look like, how do we benefit from the live answer writing program. It's live answer writing program. Then how does the value addition by toppers going to help you? How does the personalized mentorship by veterans and the toppers going to change your strategy to suit it according to the UPSC's demand? Okay, so we will see all these things in the upcoming slides. Now, first of all, how this Chakde Mains is going to simplify your preparation. As it is already written there, it is a one-stop solution for removing all your worries or confusions about mains, because as an aspirant, as I told you, you will be facing this kind of writer's block and many other constraints. What are the general constraints that are experienced by a aspirant who is going to write the mains? First constraint is lack of content, then about the presentation or structuring styles, then definitely about the lack of answer writing practice, then the lack of availability of a mentor who is skilled in academically as well as emotionally supporting you, and the list goes on. Okay, so as the session proceeds, we will discuss how Chakde Mains 3.0 will address all these constraints. We will see in the upcoming slides about that. And let me tell you one more thing, this is a unique flexibility based approach. It's not having any rigid conditions, like you will be a working aspirant, you will be a student, you will be a full-time aspirant, you will be a beginner, you may be a veteran aspirant or a repeater. You can take the test accordingly, according to your time and flexibility. But one thing is mandatory, if you are joining this test series, we will be following you up and we won't entertain you to skip this test, and actually you won't be skipping this test because of the kind of interest that we are going to create in you to attempt the test with more vigor and attention. We will see that. Now let's have a basic mains orientation. Before we'll discuss more about Chakde Mains 3.0. Before that, considering you as an aspirant who is going to write mains this year or the upcoming year, let me give you a brief mains orientation. First of all, how to start mains preparation. You can do it in a different way, you can do in different ways actually. First of all, normal thing that people do, join a test series like everyone and get demotivated on getting less marks. I have already explained the scenario, what happens, then people will be skipping the test one by one. No, it should not be like that. you can plan it like a topper by rising according to the demand of the exam and minding the time constraints. What are these time constraints? We are just having 3 months, only 3 months. That's why I was emphasizing on the importance of the upcoming 20 days, I mean the days before the prelims result. Okay, in these 3 months, what all things we have to cover? General studies 1, 2, 3, 4, then optional paper 1 and 2, and then essay paper. And your preparation, the time allocation should be like this. You should be giving around 70% of the time for the GS preparation, then about 30% of the time for optional paper. And I will tell you why I have not marked this percentage in the essay part, because essay is not only about knowledge, it is more about practice, how we are going to practice and master the skills in essay writing. We will come to that. Then, so what should be the strategy? How should you cover all these things, the general paper, general studies paper, optional paper and the essay paper? It should be like this. Broadly I am telling in the first slide, okay, sectional coverage for each paper. I mean, we will be having sectional test. Okay, what are these sections? We will see that. Sectional coverage. Then after completing each the sectional coverage studies and its revision and its practice by test, we will be going to the revision. Okay, revision will be achieved through revision test or the full length test in a simulated UPSC environment. We will come to this. So, what are the different sections under each paper? I have written in a broad way because UPSC syllabus shows it in a very complicated way. Like if you are looking at it, we will feel like, oh God, how in the upcoming 3 months I am going to achieve this much thing. No, don't be worried. I will show you how it is simple. So, these are the broad sections. Let us go paper by paper. GS1, you have already covered this for prelims. We will see that what all are the things that are coming under GS1. It is broadly divided into 3 sections. First of all, history, then geography, then Indian society and social issues. In history, we are having ancient history, medieval history, modern history, then post-independence, world history and culture. Okay, it's more or less a static part. Okay, you know that there is nothing much about current affairs in this part. We have already seen these things in the like prelims preparation. Then about geography, we are having physical geography, Indian geography, human geography. It's also more or less a static part, apart from the kind of crop related thing in the physical geography and some Indian geography also. Then about human geography also, like little bit of current affairs. Then about Indian society and social issues, it's a static plus current affairs topic, like many current events, many current happenings in the society and social issues could be asked from this topic. Okay. Then about GS2, polity and constitution we have already seen. I mean even IR also we have already seen as a part of our prelims. Then actually even in the mains we need a slight modification of preparation. We need some extra stuff like data, facts and figures, etc. We will see that. So, GS2, polity and constitution, governance, IR, social justice, more or less it is also having huge importance for current affairs and current events. You should be knowing the static part as well as you should be aware and thorough about the current events associated with this topic. We will come to this. Then about GS3, it is a paper which is having huge emphasis for current affairs or current happenings. So, it is bifurcated into economy and agriculture, science and technology, internal security, environment and disaster management. And actually like most of these topics are small. For example, if it's disaster management, you are having some major disasters like maybe cloud burst or glacial lake outburst or tsunami, earthquake, cyclone, landslides, very few number of disasters, and you could even complete the preparation in half a day for that such topics. Okay, we'll see in our mains training programs how these topics will be covered in a systematic way. Then about GS4, it's broadly divided into section A and section B. In section A we are having philosophy, social psychology and ethics in governance, and section B is a reflection of section A. You will be given case studies and you will be applying as a DM or as an administrator the things that you have studied in section A, you will be applying that in section B. Okay, we will see. Actually these will be the more and most interesting part of our mains preparation, you will be transformed, okay, as a person, as a layman, like you will be transformed to a administrator, like when we are giving training for this paper. Then essay is the like conventionally more taken for granted or ignored paper, okay, but nowadays we know that it is the game changer. It's not about practice, it's about the proper guidance and mentorship and feedback that you are getting for your essays to make you in the list of toppers. Because normally we know that in GS papers, like most people are getting, even the toppers are getting a score on an average in between say 100 to 130, but the score of your essays will differ greatly, okay. So it needs a special attention and training, which is like completely and beautifully covered as a part of the Chak De Mains 3.0. We will see that. Then let's come back to Chak De Mains. We will see what all things are included in this. In general, as a test series, just like any other test series, it will be having many sectional tests, full length tests and essay test. So what is the thing that make it unique other than these usual components? These are the things, like we will be talking about the handwritten notes, live answer writing, value additions, content and style enhancement sessions in detail from now, which makes this test series unique. So first of all, before coming to the detailed discussion about the features, so let us see. I told you that it is having a sectional bifurcation. We have seen what are the different sections that are coming under GS 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So how our tests are addressing each of the sections like beautifully. You will be having a dedicated test for art and culture, modern history and other histories. Then there will be separate tests for geography, society and social justice. So similarly, for each paper you will be having a 1 week time for solid preparation, and we will see how that 1 week goes, okay, what kind of training you will be given before that particular sectional test. Then we will be moving to next week, again the training, the throughout week training for that particular test, and we will be completing that sectional test, and in 3 or 4 tests we will be covering one paper, okay. Then we will be covering these kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 papers back to back. Then we will reach a revision stage where you will be having full length test, just like a UPSC exam hall like environment. You will be having a simulated environment and you will be practicing the entire thing which you have studied and practiced. So that will complete the kind of like test and revision as a part of the mains test series. Then how Chak De Mains will simplify your preparation. First of all, limiting the preparation. We need not study everything under the sun, okay. We have a prescribed syllabus, and first question that comes into the mind of an UPSC aspirant like just after prelims is, what are the sources for preparing mains? We won't ask you to study anything new. What all things that you have studied for prelims, what all resources that you are having, whether it's like basic textbooks or your own notes, that is sufficient. One thing. Second, analysis of previous year question papers. Actually this will be your new textbooks, okay. It should be like read again and practiced as Bible, okay. This is going to be your new Bible, the previous year question papers, to analyze how UPSC asks questions and what is the demand of UPSC. Then see how the toppers became toppers. We will be having exclusive sessions taken by toppers to analyze the toppers copy, okay. How their paper is different from others' paper. They are not writing something extraordinarily, but they are presenting the things extraordinarily. We will see. This is the importance of sessions that will be taken by toppers as part of Chak De Mains. They will show how their papers will be different. Then importance of handwritten like flowcharts or notes, which makes this test series again unique. Other than these features, this will be like a standing out feature of this test series. We will see Chak De Mains and its handwritten notes. For example, actually there is no point in giving a lecture without like showing how does it looks like and all, because then only you can get a like proper clarity on how does these things operate or work. let us take one question from GS2 of 2022 mains. To what extent in your opinion has the decentralization of power in India changed the governance landscapes at the grassroots? See, though the question looks complicated, they are just asking about decentralization and its merits. Okay, this is the way we will be operating. Actually, our syllabus is having like topics about cooperative federalism, panchayat raj, decentralization, etc. So, as a part of our training, we will be preparing notes for like syllabus topics, and you will be having these kind of folders with you, which could be written in any answers related to this topic. Okay, let us see how the handwritten notes preparation looks like. If you are a person who is not having proper knowledge or proper materials about what to write in such a question, what we will be doing is that we will train you how to bifurcate this into different dimensions. Any topic that you are getting, we will be bifurcating it into social dimension, economic dimension, political dimension, cultural dimension, environment dimension. So, just write 2 points for each dimension, your job is done. And the importance of our training is that we will be giving you proper facts and figures related to these kind of like syllabus topics. And I am not telling that I will be spoon feeding you, or other faculties, we are not going to spoon feed you, but it's like giving you the training to catch a fish, how to catch the fish. Instead of giving you the fish, we will train you how to catch the fish, then you can do it on your own. Okay, we will see, this process is gonna be very interesting. Okay, so let us see how the decentralization like has changed the landscape at grassroots. This was the question. So, we will be giving you this kind of data, or we will be helping you to generate this kind of data from the resources that are available online or from the materials. Social dimension. So, how does the grassroots level decentralization change the landscape at grassroots? This was the question, right? So, social dimension means like when we have decentralized, now we have the women empowerment became possible. See, around 14 lakhs elected women representatives in panchayat as of 2022. Whatever we say, we should prove it with evidence. See, you are telling something and you are telling like something with proof, or you are telling something just like you talk to some like friends or laymen. There is huge difference, right? So, we have to substantiate this with evidence. So, that is one example. Then this is related to social dimension. Then there was an increase in rural literacy because of the decentralized focus on education and all. Then about economic dimension, how government is supporting the decentralization through adequate budget. Around 15,000 crore was given in the previous budget for rural development. Then there was an increasing MG Narega wage rate. So, if you are enriching the hands of the rural wage workers, daily wage workers, you will be helping them in attaining proper education, health and all other things related to their lifestyles. So, that is about economic dimension. Then about cultural dimension, they had around 10,000 cultural events organized by the decentralized bodies to promote the local art forms. See, if it is a centralized kind of administration, it was not possible. Like many of the cultures will be obsolete by time. So, this thing happened. Then environmental dimension, around 27,000 joint forest management committees we have. Because of their effort, there was an increase of around 1% in the national forest coverage. Okay, so that's an evidence. Then political dimension. Normally, what we expect is that maybe in the panchayat level or in the rural households, people may not be knowing about who is their MLA or MP, but it was not like that. When they conducted a survey, around 93% of the rural households were aware of their elected representatives. So, then again about conducting of elections and increase in voter turnout in different parts of the country. So, we will be substantiating all our points with adequate data. So, that was about the kind of handwritten notes that you will be making. Then about another component of Chak De means another highlight, live answer writing and alternate days. That is one thing, and as a part of it, we will be having highly worthy brainstorming sessions. This is the component that I have already discussed. We will be training you how to catch the fish rather than giving you fish like a spoon feeding. Okay. So, it will be helping you. These brainstorming sessions will be helping you to think out of the box, to bifurcate the question into different dimensions and to address even out of the box or surprise questions. Okay, in exam hall, you can anticipate only around 10 direct questions. In the mains paper, you will be having around 20 questions, and you can expect maybe around 10 direct questions directly from the syllabus and from your handwritten notes, and the remaining 10 spot answer writing questions they are asking now. Okay, we may not have adequately prepared or even read that topic. How to address that questions? You see, even the toppers, they are not knowing these questions, but at the spot writing level itself, they are writing answers. They are generating around 10 to 12 points, and they are like presenting it extraordinarily through some innovations that we will see later, and they are getting good marks. So how to do that? That is the like importance of brainstorming sessions. For example, you are getting a question about inefficiency of the parliament. Okay, so we will ask you, okay, what all things that you see in the newspapers, that you see in the television live streaming of the parliamentary sessions. You could see the kind of chaos that is happening over there, the issues due to less number of sittings. So these are its political side. So what if you can make some social and economic side of the impacts of it, like how to do that? For example, for a person who is a taxpayer, who is voting regularly for the elections, who is seeing all these kind of less number of sitting, parliamentary inefficiency kind of thing in the like television, what he will be deciding? He will be having less trust on democracy. He may not go for voting in the upcoming elections. He may not be having any incentive for paying his income tax. So kind of different dimensions, social dimension, economic dimension. See, if they are not paying the income tax, government is not gonna get revenue. Okay, so these kind of bifurcations, this kind of thought enriching or thinking style tweaking process we will do as a part of this live answer writing. You will be given training for this kind of spot answer writing, and then we will be having this live answer writing in a time bounded manner. I mean, these things will be happening day by day before the original date of exam. That means before the weekly exam, on different days you will be having different programs like this as part of this test series. Then see, these kind of like teamwork or group brainstorming sessions are not new to Gallant IAS. This happened like even for the prelims. Okay, it was not a monotonous or one way approach. It was always a teamwork based approach. Okay, students used to sit together, faculties and students work as a team, so that they will be brainstorming on different topics, so that the things were not going as a spoon feeding, but it was all about interacting. Okay, it was all about interacting and a teamwork based approach for concepts clearing, for like making idea on different kind of topics, and like option elimination of prelims. Everything we normally do in a teamwork or interaction based approach. So that was one part. You see, this is a question paper of GS2 for UPSC Mains 2022. Let us see some of the questions. We are having 20 questions, and one question you see, to what extent we have already seen this question. Decentralization of power in India has changed the governance landscape at the grassroots. For a person as a part of our Chakde Mains who had already prepared about cooperative federalism, decentralization, its merits and demerits, he will be getting 2 questions in this single paper. First this question, then again one last question was there in the same paper. While the national political parties in India favor centralization, the regional parties are in favor of state autonomy. State autonomy means what? Decentralization. Okay, so from the single set of notes that you have prepared, you can write any mock test or any like UPSC question with confidence. Okay, you can have multiple use for the same set of data that you have prepared or same set of notes that you have prepared. So this is one advantage. Then one more question. For example, Gati Shakti Yojana needs meticulous coordination between government and private sector to achieve the goal of connectivity discussed. Though as I said, the question looks complicated, what is it asking? It is asking completely about public-private partnership. You have studied BOT model, hybrid annuity model and many other models, and we will be studying because these are there in syllabus. Okay, these are the direct questions, but they have altered it in a different way by attaching it with a government initiative called Gati Shakti Yojana. So as a part of our Chakde Mains, for while we are preparing for syllabus topic, how we would be doing this. For example, Yeah, this is the continuation of the question paper. For example, Gati Shakti Yojana. While we do brainstorming, we will be asking you to think. Okay, we know that many government related departments are not functioning properly. There are issues of red tapeism, projects not completing in time, they are exceeding the budget, they are not having proper expertise to do complicated or technology related things. So just like tell these things as the merit of private partnership. For example, they will be having better resource, they will be having the team for efficient execution, they will be having better machineries and technology, they will be having like through public private partnership we can have the risk sharing, then they will be completing it in time, then effective governance and monitoring. These are layman's like knowledge, man. We can generate, if we are given the training, you could think like this, okay, rather than mugging up everything, you could spotly generate points, okay. And as a part of this thing, like when we are preparing the handwritten notes, we will be giving you data as well for writing for many questions, for using the same data for many questions. For example, when we will be preparing for the syllabus topic called infrastructure, we will not be preparing for one particular kind of a scheme or initiative, but we will be covering the topic in a 360 degree. Let us see how do we do that. For example, Government of India is taking many initiatives for infrastructure. When we studied the basic BOT or hybrid annuity model, etc. for infrastructure as static part, we will be studying the important government initiatives related to like the infrastructure building. For example, not only Gati Shakti Yojana, Bharatmala Pariyojana, Sagarmala, Smart City Mission, dedicated freight corridors, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Waterway Development Program, Clean India Mission, Digital India Mission, like important features of all these things will be there in your handwritten notes. We will do that as a part of our program. So this is the 360 degree preparation. Then again, we are coming to the conclusion about the final and another unique aspect of the Chakde Mains 3.0, that is the value addition sessions by veterans and toppers. Now this is gonna be game changing because there will be topic by topic brainstorming. I mean, even if you are having some surprises, how to address that on the spot. Then interlinking of static and current affairs. You should not study one topic by first like finishing static and then after 1 month you are preparing for current affairs like that. No, it should go hand in hand. Just like I told, while you are preparing for the basics of infrastructure, you should be preparing, I mean we will be preparing all the government initiatives related to infrastructure. Then out of the box, even for the surprise question, how to generate points. Then improving the content, not only the content but the presentation styles. You could draw easy diagrams and flowcharts. I will show you in the upcoming slide how that looks like. Then how to write catchy intros and conclusions, like simply without any effort on the spot. When you get a question, how can you write a beautiful introduction which will be like surprising or making that particular examiner very happy. Okay, we'll see in the training program, when the program begins, how to do that effectively. Then there will be personal mentorship by veterans or previous year UPSC toppers, and they will be giving you not only the academic support or feedbacks for your answers, but they will be hand holding you throughout the upcoming like 3-4 months, so that you will be reaching that particular level, and you can contact them anytime for any emotional or confidence boosting support. So that is granted. Then overall, the Chakde Mains program is a way to impress UPSC with your answers. You see, how can you impress? By drawing just simple diagrams, just making some block diagrams, just making some flowcharts kind of thing. So through all these innovations, you will be making a smile on the face of the examiner who is valuing your paper. So in total, let me tell you one thing, just come as a beginner. Whether you are a veteran, whether you are a beginner, just come as a beginner. Okay, if you are a veteran, you are having that thing in you, okay, that will aid you more to improve your score. And even if you are a beginner or a working aspirant or a student, this facility is available both online and offline. You can take it as per your convenience. Like there are separate packages for essays and ethics as well, so you can even take that as well. The link for enrollment will be given soon, and you can contact our office. The office number will be displayed as a part of this video. You can contact for enrollment related details and more information regarding the test series. And in conclusion, I must tell you that UPSC Mains 2023 or UPSC Mains 2024. You are going to take it. So, the early bird catches prey. Okay. So, be the early bird and start preparation from now itself, and let me conclude my session. See you in the classroom.